Quick survey, is this the most vague title for a movie I've ever reviewed on a channel? Because I feel like this might be it. I thought it was going to be The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, but this might be the clincher. Anyway, let's talk about this movie. So yes, Cha-Cha Real Smooth is not a jazz movie. I thought it was going to be, but it's not. It's directed by Cooper Raiff, starring Cooper Raiff and Dakota Johnson, and this movie follows the story of Andrew, played by Raiff, who has just graduated from college and is trying to figure out his life. He's in his 20s, it's a very tumultuous time, and if you are in that age range, you kind of see what he's getting at. In the middle of all this, he meets a woman named Domino, played by Dakota Johnson, who has a daughter, and essentially forms a bit of a bond with them. And as they get to know each other a lot more, their bond becomes closer and closer, and he starts to get some answers on what could potentially happen next. This is a movie that I've heard so much buzz about ever since Sundance. I wanted to see it at Sundance, but unfortunately that didn't quite work out, and I ended up seeing some other stuff which I've reviewed on the channel. But I did want to see this movie, especially after I heard so much hype around it, and there was a lot of praise, and it sort of sounded like Coda, where it was like, oh, this is a great movie, you guys have to check this out, and then Coda won Best Picture, so I thought, well, this might be the next frontrunner. But I don't necessarily want to go into movies expecting Oscar nominations. I just want to see a good movie. And yesterday, with the triple feature between this, Lightyear, and Spiderhead, I thought this was the best of the three movies. I really liked Cha-Cha Real Smooth. I was disappointed it's not a jazz movie. Nah, I'm just kidding. I really liked the connection that they basically made in terms of telling the story with its characters, and it feels very relatable at times. It was a very tumultuous time even for me. I was constantly wondering what's gonna happen next, and things sometimes go on hold, sometimes you make some decisions that don't quite work in the way that you expected to. You're constantly a little awkward at times about certain things, and you've not fully understood the personality that you're going for. And the film's understanding of those things is simple, but it's resonant enough that you're watching it and you understand what Raiff is trying to tell. And he's really good in this movie. His direction and his storytelling and how he brings that to life in his performance, they're really to be remarked upon. But the real star of this movie is Dakota Johnson, because I have rooted for this actress ever since the start. When I see something and I go, this is a person who has unbridled talent, and I'm just waiting for that to be unleashed on screen. It's happened quite a bit now. It's become unsurprising to say this about her, but this might be her best performance. She's phenomenal in this movie, and some of the people who I know have been, really trying to hype up this thing in terms of what it could potentially mean for trophies, and I honestly second it. She's damn good in it. She plays a very torn apart character in a lot of ways. Like, she has some stability, but it's also very unstable more often than not, that particular life, and the kind of pros and cons, the hardships that come with it, her connecting to Andrew as a result. That character that's established for Domino is really great, and she portrays it really, really well. I also want to give a lot of praise to the actress who's playing her daughter. I might be wrong about this, but I believe this is her debut role. She's phenomenal in this movie. I thought she was really cool, and the kind of friendship that she has eventually with Andrew. At one point, he takes on a babysitter role with her. That is really cool, and it's a very sweet sort of connection that the two of them establish. But the movie thrives on those things because it's all based on conversations and telling these stories and essentially bringing those themes together. Does it bring those themes together as cohesively as I would like them to? For the most part, yes, but there are some things that I feel like do fall short. This is maybe my only issue with the movie. There were some things that the film tries to address, but it kind of just scratches the surface on those things because it's focusing on the bigger aspects, but sometimes those smaller things don't quite get the limelight that I think that the film is going for. And so it can feel a little bit underdeveloped, and the resolutions to those things can feel a little quicker than most. However, when it comes to the main things, those are explored really nicely. Does it have some familiar story beats? Yes, it does. I mean, you've seen a lot of coming-of-age movies at this point, and so it's not going to surprise you that this also has some things in here that you've seen before in a movie that's dealing with this moment in time in your life. And that's fine. It's fine. It's about the execution, and I would say the execution, like I said, is very solid. This is a very good movie. I think you should definitely check it out if you haven't yet. I think most people have seen this movie at this point because I saw so many people talking out of Sundance, and since Sundance was virtual, you got to see it if you got a ticket. So I'm assuming that this already has a, very established fan base. However, if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth a look. And I would say in terms of this moment, like I said, is tackling, I would say it's one of the better efforts. And I really do like this movie. I might actually see it some more times. It definitely is gut-wrenching and emotional, and there are some moments that really do stick with you, but it's the kind of thing that you can go back to, and I feel like on repeat viewing, you might appreciate it a little bit more. I feel like people who are specifically in this age range will appreciate it quite a bit. There's a lot to harness and a lot to take away from it. Like I said, it has a couple of little things here and there, but overall, I was very happy with Cha Cha Real Smooth, and I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. Frankly, it's just nice to see Dakota Johnson killing it, because I've been rooting for her as an actress for God knows how long. So it's really great. She's one of the best talents in the industry right now, and seeing that flourish is very good. So, great. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the movies.